Hey everybody, it's Jason here, and as a lot of you know, a lot of channels here on YouTube have started making products in the last year or so that they're selling various supplements and things. We've seen originally Ian McCarthy start making a pre-workout. We've seen Chris Jones start making a pre-workout. We now have Ogus and Lovato with Legends of Aesthetics are making their own protein line, I understand. And all of that is interesting enough, but now we've seen it all. Yep, Boston Lloyd is now making Synthol, and you got to say, whether you love him or hate him, the guy's always doing something new and interesting. And now he is selling Synthol. Now, for those of you who do not know what Synthol is, now, of course, he has to put on that bottle for external use only for liability reasons, but Synthol is something that, of course, Boston has publicly admitted to using large amounts of, and it's a form of sight enhancement. Now, sight enhancement is very prevalent. It is the rule, not the exception. It's the norm in pro bodybuilding. And even natural bodybuilding, there's quite a bit of sight enhancement that goes on. They just don't talk about it, and some of it is or isn't against the rules. But Synthol is an oil that you inject into your muscles to build up scar tissue and basically cystic type material as it encases the MCT oil your body does. And it creates a nice big hard lump. And if done correctly, it's passable as muscle tissue. Done incorrectly, it looks like a nightmare. Now, I personally, for a lot of obvious reasons, do not condone the use of Synthol, because I am a performance athlete and it could actually in some cases reduce performance and increase the risk of injury due to the accumulation of scar tissue and possible loss of mobility and function in a muscle to some extent from building up that scar tissue. And so it's the worst example of all show and no go. And I just don't believe in that sort of thing. I believe that form should follow function. So it's okay to look aesthetic. It's actually very nice to look aesthetic as long as you can perform as well as you look. And if you can't, I have no use for you. But now we've seen it all. I guess I should start making products myself. I'm kind of leaning in the direction of peptides since they're legal in most of the countries. Maybe I should come up with a juggernaut fitness peptide line. We'll start selling mechano growth factor and GHRP too. Because as you guys know, mechano growth factor actually builds real muscle tissue where you inject it, not fake muscle. Maybe that's what we need, some mechano growth factor biceps. Alright guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and if not informative, at least entertaining, but I just had to share this with you guys because this is the strangest out of the new revelations of supplement type products being sold by YouTube channels. But let me give you guys a bicep shot before I go. Oh. And then before somebody says that I should use some of Boston Synthol in my biceps.